This is Tom Grassi, and this is 30 and 30, and you're watching Illogical Canadian.
Before this video starts, I would just like to go ahead and give a nod over to my Twitch, where I recently just became a Twitch affiliate, and I will be streaming on there more often coming up. I plan on doing some Madden 24, among other games that you guys may suggest. I may introduce more people into this as time goes along, but you never know. Now, let's get on with the feature presentation. Another off-season concluded, which gives another rise to yet another goddamn season. Might be full of disappointments, might be full of memes, it might be full of sadness, it might be full of joy. Welcome to the Amateur's Guide, where again, like the NFL, like every other Amateur's Guide I do, I just take a look at every team's off season, I grade it, and from there, I kind of predict their season. I'll even do a standings prediction at the very end. But, that being said, this is going to be a fucking shit show. Basically, this offseason was full of every goddamn emotion under the fucking sun. Anger, joy, just everything. There was a little bit of everything for someone, whether you liked it or not. But, enough rambling about how the season was. How did our teams fare? Let's take a Well, Anaheim, it seems you guys were a little bit quiet this offseason. You guys didn't really do too much other than just re-signing a couple guys and bringing some guys in. But holy shit, did you need to extend Troy Terry to that 7-year deal? He's good. He's a young player that has a lot of upside to him, but I don't know if I would have given him that extension early on. I would have given him maybe a 3 or 4-year deal just to kind of bridge him in, see how he does, and then make your decision from there. But I don't think 7 years was the right amount of time to really make a judgment call on that one. Other than that, it was just really nothing. We got a backup for what's the name there? John Gibson and Alex Newhook. It's only gonna be for a year, but I guess what they say is I don't know. It's stupid. I don't get it. Point is, Anaheim, you did pretty much fucking nothing. Have yourselves a C- for crazy ass bullshit that wound up being nothing. You failed us, Anaheim. You failed. Arizona, why the fuck is it that every time you guys try to have a good offseason, it always winds up being controversial to some fucking extent? Seriously, you guys can't go one offseason without either bringing somebody in that does something completely fucking dumb or just anything in fucking general. I'll get to that in a minute, but let's just go over some of the major names that they brought in. Ryan McGregor, Connor Ingram to kind of help out some areas there. Ivan Prosvetov, they bring him in, and they keep around, and they re-sign Matthias Michelli on both of them on contract extensions, kind of improving the young core. Logan Cooley, you can welcome to the NHL. Maybe you'll actually get a chance. Matt Dumba, arguably the biggest prize that they've gotten off free agency. Yes, really. And hey, guys, get yourselves a new assistant coach. Why do you actually just extended the one you had? The football god himself, known as John Madden. Yes, I know I'm saying the wrong Madden's name, but who gives a shit? But this isn't where your controversy starts. It starts right here. Allow me to introduce you to a guy that you've had on your roster before. His name is Alex Galchenyuk. You bring him in on a deal. I have no idea what exactly the terms of the contract were. I think it was a 1-year contract with you guys. And then all of a sudden he proceeds to do something completely fucking stupid, threaten some cops threatened to have them killed as well as their families, among other things. I wish it terminated him. Now he's fucked off to the KHL. But can you guys just not have any controversial bullshit happen in the off season? I swear to God, Arizona is becoming a big fucking meme. At least you have the place in Tempe, right? Right? Oh wait, that fell apart too. Jesus Christ, these poor Coyotes are gonna be roaming the desert or possibly forced the fuck off to Houston. Maybe the latter will actually be a good change of scenery for them. Happen with the Browns going to Baltimore. Why can't it happen for the Coyotes to
Hello again, everybody. It's Into the Den. I don't know how to green screen a background on OBS, so this is what you're getting. Fuck you. Anyway, Bruins offseason. It can only be described as depressing. First of all, let's just rip off the Band-Aid right away. The Bruins last season, 65-12-5, the best regular season in NHL history, only to lose in the first round, blowing a 3-1 series lead against the Florida Panthers. Just a knife to the chest. I hate it. Not to mention afterwards, the first big news that we get is the retirement of Patrice Bergeron, my favorite player of all time, the only player who I have a jersey of, and it left our top line center position in flux. And then what do you know? David Krejci also retires. So now our second line center is also in flux. So what do the Bruins do? We do what the Jacobs family has been fantastic at doing, getting people 5 years past their at the very least 5 years past their prime. So welcome to the Bruins. James Van Riemsdyk, Morgan Geekie, I think Patrick Brown, Kevin Shattenkirk, and our favorite big ol' lug. Welcome back, Milan Lucic. I don't know why we spent as much money as we did on fourth line left wing, but in terms of young talent, this might be the first season in a while, probably since 2010, 2011, when we saw the rise of Brad Marchand and the debut of Tyler Seguin. This might be the first time since then that we actually see like a wealth of talent come up to the bigs. You know, even though in terms of big players, we lost Taylor Hall, Nick Foligno, Connor Clifton. We lost three really important contributors. We have coming up. We have winger Fabian Lysell, who's an absolute stud. He is basically our Taylor Hall replacement. And Jacob Lauko, he debuted last season and had a pretty good showing in the, I think, 23 games that he played last season. And so he is going to be vying for a higher spot, and he absolutely is going to get it because he's great. In terms of defense, we have Mason Lohrei, basically the defenseman version of Tage Thompson, coming up, and he is going to be vying for a decent spot on our back end, and in net we managed to bring back both. We managed to keep Olmark amidst all the trade rumors, and we managed to re-sign Jeremy Swayman. And honestly, I think that this season is going to. This season, the Bruins are definitely going to take a step back. They're going to take a step back. They're not going to win They're not going to be as insane as they were, but they're still going to be competitive. I can see. I'm predicting like at least 45 win team. At least a 45 win team. This team is going to be over 500. And that's about it. Go Bees!
Well, Buffalo, it seems as though you've actually done nothing. All you did was just extensions, and oh, did I mention extensions? Yeah, that's all you really did. I'm serious. I'm looking at your transaction thing on ESPN, and all I see are extension, sending someone to the AHL, extension, entry level, extension. Actually, you did sign one free agent, Connor Clifton. He was a mid-tier in Boston, so I'm not really expecting much out of him in Buffalo. Oh no! Extension. Hiring some new player development coaches, and loaning someone to the Swedish Hockey League. You call that a productive offseason, Buffalo? When you're trying to, be better? I sense some Pagula mendling. God damn it, Buffalo. I've always told you not to do that. But it seems you relapsed. Buffalo wins supreme. Calgary, I have to say, I am very disappointed about how you fucking handled your offseason. You barely did fucking anything. And when I mean barely anything, I mean barely fucking anything. I'm looking at your thing, and you signed no free agents. You re-signed the people that you thought were okay, but you really didn't do anything. How do you expect me to review your offseason when I haven't seen anything? You haven't done a single motherfucking thing. Seriously, like, what the fuck do I say? Do I just expect you to just pull something magic out of your ass? This is your offseason to prove something to us, and you did nothing. You proved nothing. You made your entire fan base question what the fuck you guys are doing. The answer? Nobody fucking knows. What is the point of bulking up like that if you don't fucking know what the fuck you're doing? Calgary, I'm disappointed. I expected more out of you. And if you guys are trying to rebuild your team like you're supposedly doing, this is not the way to do it. If anything, you fucked up, and you fucked up big. Figure your shit out, Calgary. Otherwise, it's going to be a massive tire fire in the city. Carolina, for a playoff team, I really didn't expect you to really do much. Considering how well you guys were the past couple of years, you guys really didn't need much. The good thing is you did manage to keep Sebastian Aho around for the next 8 years. You managed to keep your two goaltenders around in Antti Ranta and Frederick Anderson. And you bring back Jesper Foss as well. Pretty good. The Sebastian Aho deal is 8 years, but you know what? It's still good considering the type of talent that he is. He's elite. He can get the puck moving. He can produce points. He has that talent. He has that talent that Carolina needs. And you got yourselves David Kasha from the Flyers in exchange for a prospect and a 5th-round pick next year. By next year, I mean 2025, and I fucked that up completely. Whatever. Anyway, Carolina, you didn't need to do much, and you didn't do much. So I take that as a win for you guys. But the question is, how much more reliable is Antti Ranta and Frederick Anderson going to be? How much longer before you start utilizing Pyotr Kochetkov? Basically, where do you start to draw that line, and where do you begin to figure out what your goaltending situation is like? Because at some point during the season, one or both of those goaltenders are going to get injured again, and you're going to have to settle on somebody. Maybe you might make Kochetkov a permanent backup, maybe a starter, test the waters a little bit, see what you guys get. Maybe you guys can try to trade for one. If it all doesn't work out, maybe you just pray to God you find another great one in the draft. With what? I don't know. But all I'm saying is, Carolina, That's the only thing you really need to fix. Just get the goaltending underway and settled, and you're good to go. All right, Chicago, you've been busy off season. You've been busy. I respect it. You got yourselves a generational talent in Connor Bedard, and you won the battle of the tank. Well, many people are very pissed off at that, but it is what it is. You got yourselves Taylor Hall and Nick Foligno for reasons, but you let go of Jonathan Taves. Chicago, are you sure you guys know what you're doing? I mean, you bring in Joey Anderson, you're bringing Corey Perry for a seventh? That's actually not bad of a deal, but really? You couldn't. I don't know. What are you doing? Because you let go one of the best players your team has seen in a very long time, like Jonathan Taves, and you get a former first overall pick of Taylor Hall and Nick Foligno, who is depth. What exactly are you guys trying to accomplish here? I mean, other than Connor Bedard being you're basically your first line center, what exactly are you guys trying to accomplish? You got rid of Patrick Kane. You got rid of Jonathan Taves. Everyone from the old core is gone. What exactly are you trying to do? Because everyone else is trying to figure the same fucking thing. I don't know, and I have a feeling this is going to get very sour for Chicago very fast. How? Only time will tell. Chicago, please give us a guidance as to what the fuck. Hi, Colorado. Good to see you guys again. Hope you guys had a good off season. Okay, you guys really. Okay. You guys didn't really do much in terms of free agency. And by not doing much, I mean absolutely fucking nothing. Let's see what we got here according to ESPN. You got Frederick Olsen for nothing. You get Ryan Johnson for Alex Galchenyuk. Okay, that's a little bit of an upgrade. Okay. You trade Alex Newhook for a first and second. Holy shit, that's a haul. You trade a second for Ross Colton. Okay, that's not bad either. And you re-sign a couple of guys, a goalie and a defender, to win your deals. Okay, nothing too major. Just keep it around the core and just adding a couple more pieces. Okay, I can see that. I respect it. Just a little weird, but I respect it. Just a little bit of a questionable thing as to why you traded Newhook, but at least you got a bank with him and got a first round pick. That's always a damn good thing to have. Nope. Colorado, have it be what it be. All I'm really gonna say about it, just continue to do well and continue to kick ass in the West. Just don't turn into the NHL shit emoji again. Welcome to another season of Columbus hockey, where we try to witness what the fuck the Blue Jackets want to be. In this year's edition, they do the exact same thing as Colorado and sign no free agents. Instead, they re-sign a couple people. They acquired Damon Severson via trade, and they get a stud in Adam Fantilli in the draft. I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say. This is just a weird fucking situation. Columbus is good where they want to be, but I'm not understanding the dynamic here in Columbus. At least you got a defender to bolster up your defense. Damon Severson is not a bad option, but I'm just confused as to what else you're doing. Fantilli's going to be your future guy, but that's only if you can utilize him properly, just as Pierre-Luc Dubois. But I digress. Do what you will and will what you do. Tonight on Dallas. Wait, this is the right show. Well, whatever, let's go with it. Tonight, in The Fault of Our Stars, we lie and we lie and whatever as we try to figure out the stars' direction. You bring back a couple of young good pieces here: Joel Hanley, Gavin Bayriver, Scott Reedy, Nick Camano, and Ty Dellandrea. You also signed the goalie for UMass Amherst, and Matt Murray. Yes, there's now two of them in the NHL. And that's really it. I mean, you kept around the young core, which is going to be great for your future. And you bring on a guy from my rival hockey team from college. So, what exactly am I looking at? Is it more of this? Is it more of that? You gotta tell me what you're doing here. I don't get it. Someone please explain to me what your goal is, Dallas. Please. Come one, come all to the great city of Detroit, where apparently we're deciding to kind of change our dynamics a little bit. Let's go terminate Philip Zadina's contract for absolutely zero fucking reason. Next, let's pull a hat out of our ass and let's get Alex DeBrincat. Oh, don't worry, guys. It's only going to cost us Dominic Kabalik, a prospect defender, and a conditional first and fourth round picks in this coming draft. Not to mention, DeBrincat gets a 4-year contract with the team. Next, we acquired Jeff motherfucking Petry for a fourth rounder in a couple of years and a defensive prospect that was supposed to be the next Nick Lidstrom. Look at our team. We are something. That something turned out to be a pile of shit because what the fuck are you doing, Detroit? Keep in mind, the only reason you got Jeff Petry from Montreal was because they got him from Pittsburgh. I'll get to that later. But what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, I understand you guys got Alex DeBrincat, who you guys could use. But did you really have to trade him? Like, trade all that to get him? With the 4-year extension? It seems very fucking hefty. I quit. Fucking Detroit. Making everybody question their life choices yet again. Come on, Edmonton fans, as we begin today's session at the Shrine of McDavid's Church. On today's feature, we must talk about how the Edmonton Oilers have changed up somewhat their direction. After constantly being embarrassed in the playoffs, there is only one true fate: getting rid of Kawhi Yamamoto and Clem Costin for absolutely but fuck nothing. A true testament to the core is getting rid of the two people that didn't help whatsoever, though they really did. Next, we keep around a familiar name. Fucking Christ, a familiar name, Matthias Janmark. He's only gonna be around for one more year, but who cares? And then we just randomly decide, hey, let's give Evan Bouchard a 2-year contract. All because Oilers hockey. Whatever keeps Connor McDavid protected, whatever keeps his sexy face enshrined in the halls of gloriousness and greatness, who cares? Oh, hey, do you guys remember the 80s? Well, we were dominant and we had some of the best teams in NHL history. Let's forget the present and let's go do that instead. All aboard the 80s circle jerk. It's going to be one glorious time. Amen. I know this is not the Minnesota Wild, but I'm going to use this analogy here. You were close, but not close enough. You made it to the finals yet again for only the second time in your franchise history, your first since 1996, and you know what happened? You proceeded to get dick punched again, this time by the Vegas Golden Knights. What did you guys do in the offseason to try to rectify this failure? Absolutely kind of nothing. You're bringing really nobody. You just re-sign some guys and just hope to God it sticks. Rasmus Asplund, he's staying around. Alex True, Jerry Mayhew, William Laughlin, Rasmus Asplund, and just a couple other guys on the fire. Other than that, really nothing. Florida, you guys won one game in the finals all time. And you do nothing to help solidify that core. And what's worse is you guys may not have a few key players at the start of the season due to injuries suffered during the fucking playoffs. But if there's any consolation prize, Florida, for your shitty offseason, it's the ultimate meme you gave us in the form of the Boston Bruins, or should I say, the Loston Ruins. All hail the heirs of the NHL kingdom as we hear the Kings of Los Angeles and see what they have done. And holy shit. Okay, let's get the cat out of the bag early. Welcome to LA, Pierre-Luc Dubois. He's also staying around for 8 years on a new contract. That was probably more overpay than I usually do when I go to McDonald's. Rough. In exchange for this luxurious piece of player talent, what do you guys get? Well, what do you guys have to give up? Alex Iafallo, Rasmus Kupari, Gabriel Velarde, a second-round pick in 2024. You know, just a fucking king's ransom. A couple good pieces for your young core, and you just toss them like a fucking dollar bill? Really? I would have expected, maybe a first or two, but really? That's a little steep of a return. That's more steep than I would have liked. What other things did you do this offseason? Well, you bring in you retain the services of Jarrett Anderson Dolan and Cam Talbot for another year. And you bring in Tobias Bjornfoot and Samuel Fagemo and Tyler Madden. No, there's no relation there with John Madden. I wish there was. God help his soul. But still, I don't understand what the Kings... I don't understand why the Kings traded so much for one guy. I don't get it. Kings, don't... Just stop, Kings. Just stop. Come on now. Let's go journeying around in the wild to where we see a team so desperate to try to keep the hockey culture and the state alive. We see more goaltenders getting contracts. Hunter Jones, Zane McIntyre, and Phil Gustafson. Brandon Duane, welcome to Minnesota. Enjoy your stay. But really, I mean, while there may have been player moves, the bigger moves came from management. Let's see. What did the Wild do? They named Matt Mashka the CEO of Minnesota Sports and Entertainment. Mitch Helgerson became the Chief Revenue Officer, and Bill Guerin is not the GM anymore, as he's now the President of Hockey Operations. I mean, a change-up needed to happen in that front office, but I didn't think it was going to be like that. But hey, you got done what you needed to get done, and I don't know if it'll be enough. Like I said for Florida, you guys might get close, but not close enough. Okay, for this next part, guys, I'm going to need you to turn on subtitles. I'm serious. You're really going to need it. Are your subtitles on? Okay, good. Here we go. Eh bien, Montréal, on dirait que tu chies encore au folie. Tout d'abord, vous avez acquis Alex Newhook de Colorado. Mais pour des choix de premier et de deuxième tour, putain de merde, c'est un tour payé et demi. Vous avez réussi à garder Rafael Harvey-Pinard encore quelques années. Et ainsi de suite. Ce n'est pas terrible, donc vous obtenez un laissez-passer là-bas. Une chose qui me passionne beaucoup est la signature de l'ancien joueur de l'UMass Lowell, Lucas Condotta. Il a beaucoup d'avantages et j'ai hâte de voir ce que vous ferez avec lui. Et puis, c'est encore devenu de la merde. Salut tout le monde, c'est Jeff Petry. Au attente, il est encore bâti. Va te faire foutre Montréal. Que ta saison soit aussi merdique que mes fesses tombant de la toilette. Welcome to Smashville, where this team continues to question people's existences. You first get Gauching Yuck, and then told him to fuck off. And what happened happened. We're just going to move on. You're bringing Luke, Shan, and Gustav Nyquist. Oh, what's this now? You're bringing Ryan O'Reilly's auto parts. Yo! Then you bring in Mark Borowiecki as a coach. The pro development coach. I don't know why I'm talking like this, just enjoy the comedic humor. You bring in Danny Gurianov. God damn, that kid is good. Just like I was on that good old country fest. Nashville had a good off-season. Maybe they'll be good for once. Maybe they'll just go back to being other shit. Hey Jersey, how you guys doing? Good to see y'all. Let's see what you guys have done. You've done a good bit. And I mean a good bit. You trade Damon Severson for absolutely nothing. Okay, that's somewhat of a start. You signed Jesper Bratt to an 8-year contract. Holy shit. That's why the fuck would you do that? Anyways, you bring in Eric Halla back for another 3 more years. You trade Mackenzie Blackwood to San Jose for Tyler Toffoli? And he does a freeway trade with Calgary. So you trade Blackwood to San Jose for 6. Then you get Toffoli in a trade with Calgary for Yegor Sharangovich in a 3rd. Can someone tell me what the fuck the thought process was of that trade? Oh, wait, it's because it needed Castles to bring in Timo motherfucking Meyer for another 8 years. And you extend Shane Bowers that you got from Boston for another year. And you re-signed Bastion. You re-signed McLeod. And you acquired Colin Miller from Dallas. You also bring in Tomas Noshak, Chris Tierney. You bring back Kevin Ball. And you sign Cal Foote on your roster in the span of what in the fucking hell? Well, maybe if the season's worth anything, maybe the Devil will actually go down to Georgia, find the soul to steal, and he'll actually win the goddamn battle this time. Welcome to Long Island, where the fucking general manager decides to take a 4,000-year hibernation during the off season. He really, I'm shocked. The only real major move that he's made was fucking trading Josh Bailey for absolutely nothing, despite having a good season last year. Excuse me, what? Is he waking up again? Has he woken up yet? Has this man turned into a certain leader and just fallen asleep? Lou, wake the fuck up. It is September. The hockey season's about to start. Wake up! Okay, New York. What the fuck? You don't re-sign Patrick Kane because of his hip, which is understandable. But you also don't sign Tarasenko? Why? To be fair, you guys had a fucking perfect team last season, at the end of last season, but you pulled the Toronto Maple Leafs and choked it in the first round in 7 to a hated rival. Stop trying to be us. Because all you did was really sign a couple guys like Blake Wheeler, Tyler Pitlick, Riley Nash, and a couple of minor pieces. I don't understand what the fuck the goal is. At least you got a new head coach in Peter Laviolette. Is he really a good fit? Is he really that good of a fit for you guys to where you just say fuck it, throw everything on the goddamn table? You guys had that last season. That was probably one of your best chances you could have had. I don't know if you guys are competitive, which I think you still will be, but I don't see it. I'm sorry, but I don't see it. Well, Ottawa. Well, you guys had an eventful offseason, didn't you? Wow. Okay. You re-sign a couple guys, not a big deal. You bring in Eunice Corpusalo to a 5-year contract? Holy shit. You trade away Kabalik, but get an absolute fucking... I mean, you trade the Brinket, but you get an absolute fucking haul for him from Detroit. And you bring in a star player, Vladimir Tarasenko. Even though you offered him more money, he took less money, which... Alright, you save money by getting Tarasenko. Good job. You managed to do economics 101, something I can never do in college. Ha! But Ottawa, in all seriousness, you guys actually look pretty damn good. I'm not saying that as a rival. Well, yes, I am. But I'm saying that on a neutral site, too. You guys actually look really fucking good. Now, please, for the love of God, just don't let anyone do anything stupid. Please. It's the city of brotherly bullshit. You trade Kevin Hayes. You got rid of the awful contract, Philly. You finally done it. But at what cost? Getting a 6th-round pick. That's just embarrassing. You mean to tell me you guys could have gotten a lot more, but you chose to fucking bend over and get your fucking cheeks clapped? All right, then. You bring in Mark Stahl. You bring in... Oh, you cut Tony DeAngelo, and you traded for a prospect for a little more than you probably should have, but okay. And you signed a guy named Oliver Bunk. Bunk, 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 bunk. That meme will live on, even though that poor dog is dead. Just like the Philadelphia Flyers. I shouldn't make that joke. I'm sorry. I shouldn't make that joke. Rest in peace, Cheems. You beautiful, beautiful dog.
What's going on, guys? My name is Casey, and I'm part of the Red Rubber Duck Win All Sports Network. Actually, I'm a founder of it. Please feel free to check out the YouTube channel. I posted the direct link right there on the little name tag right there. So, of course, the Pittsburgh Penguins, the first thing they needed to do this offseason, because this was the first time they missed the playoffs. The first time they missed the playoffs since 2006. The big thing they needed to do was get rid of Ron Hextall. Flyers fans, you were right. We should have listened, even though you come from the other part of the state. But Ron Hextall is gone. We can finally celebrate. Enter Kyle Dubas. That's right. The GM responsible for the Leafs' first playoff series win in 19 years. He is officially part of the Pittsburgh Penguins. And he had a pretty decent first off season with this Pittsburgh Penguins squad. Some important key things. He tried to fix the bottom six with Matt Nieto, Noel Acciari, Lars Eller, Andreas Johnson, and Vinny Hinostroza. Those should help the bottom six just a little bit. Now, Brian Dumoulin and Jason Zucker are both gone. So Kyle Dubas went in and replaced them both with Ryan Graves out of the New Jersey Devils. So he signed him for 6 years. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. But Kyle Dubas's first move was actually Riley Smith from the reigning defending undisputed Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights. We only got him for a 3rd round pick, and Riley Smith is pretty good, and he should fit in pretty well with this Penguin squad. But the big issue now, with every hockey team, you're only as good as your weakest link. The Pens' weakest link is goaltending. And we got rid of Casey DeSmith. He's going to Montreal. I'll explain the trade in a little bit. But Alex Nedeljkovic is our brand new backup. And he should be able to do pretty well. But we needed to get some starting goaltending. And there wasn't any options available. So we just went ahead and signed Tristan Jarry for 5 years? 5? Dude, I know the guy's an all-star, but he has so much injury issues as of late. The question is, can he stay healthy for those 5 years? Maybe too soon to tell, but right now that move looks a little frisky. But the big splash, the big bombshell of the offseason was Erik Karlsson. The 3-time Norris Trophy winner is going to the Pittsburgh Penguins. And with that, Kyle Dubas took everything that Ron Hextall has touched and he sent it down the Ohio River where it will never be seen again. So now the Pittsburgh Penguins can rebuild under the reign of Kyle Dubas. Overall, I'll give this Penguins offseason a B+ if I'm being honest. You don't get an A because you did re-sign Jarry. I thought that was too big because that 5 years is it's a little risky. But all in all, the Penguins did okay this offseason, and let's see what 2024 has to offer. Will we make the playoffs again? Who knows?
Hey, it's time to blow everything the fuck up at the Shark Tank. Come on, get your fucking players. Hey, Pittsburgh, you guys want Erik Karlsson? Here you go. Just give us a few pieces and you're good to go. Oh, hey, you guys want this? Hey, we want Villadena. Come on down. Hey, you guys. Hey. Yeah, hey, we want Mackenzie Blackwood. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're blowing up the other direction. Instead of just sell, we're in buy. We're gonna make the playoffs, everybody. We're gonna be the best team in the NHL. Just look at how our players are. We've had to trade absolutely fucking everything to try to get something worth shit. But in reality, you guys just suck. You guys just fuck. Welcome to Seattle, where nothing gets done and they still hope to get something going for a playoff push. They had a pretty successful year last year. Not as successful as our AHL affiliate, but it was still pretty successful. You knocked out the fucking defending champs in Colorado, but you fall in the second round, which is not a bad first impression. That's not a bad first impression at all. That's actually pretty goddamn good. You, let's see, what else did you do? You brought in Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, Will Borgen's back, Cole Linda's back, Cale Fleury's back, Devin Shore's back. Yeah, you guys rolled inside of the free agents, which you didn't have to do. You lost a couple pieces of Morgan Geekie and others, but you guys really didn't need to do much. Seattle still looks good, and maybe they have another playoff push in the future. Who knows? Maybe they might make moves to solidify their team, but time will tell. Good luck. Wow, the Blues are really shining in St. Louis, are they? Considering the fact that they really didn't do anything other than trading for Kevin Hayes and keeping Oscar Sundqvist around, along with a couple other pieces, there's really nothing to talk about for St. Louis. Jeez, for once, it's like there's nothing going on. And it's nice to relax. Wait, we still got more teams to cover? Fuck. Excuse me, guys, 1 second. I have to get something out of the way for Tampa. You lost to Toronto in the first round. Thank you guys for doing that. It never gets old to laugh like that. Unless you laugh at the Boston Bruins, and it never gets old. Well, did you at least do anything to try to rectify it? You traded Ross Colton, you traded Corey Perry, you're bringing Connor Sheary and Josh Archibald and Luke Clendenning. You re-signed Brandon Hagel to an 8-year contract. Okay, what the fuck did you guys do? Why is Hagel getting an 8-year contract? Did we make you guys delusional after that first round exit? Good fucking God, I thought you guys learned something, but you guys are going the opposite direction. Guys, if you're meant to be contending, you gotta contend the other way. The other fucking way. You're doing it in the wrong direction. Does Toronto need to pimp slap you again? God, I don't understand you guys, and I don't want to try. Hey guys, you remember this background that I had for a honky talk show? Good times. God, I gotta make those videos again, I swear to God. But you guys really didn't do much. You failed to keep around Ryan O'Reilly and a few other pieces. And there goes Kyle Dubas. What the fuck are you fucking doing? I thought you guys would have an idea by now, but apparently you fucking know. You geriatric sacks of shit. You keep David Kampf around. You bring in Ryan Reeves for longer than he should be. Dylan Gambrell's not a bad depth piece, but he's probably going to be fourth line at best. You sign Martin Jones for some reason. You bring in, you keep Nick Ebersezi around. Oh my. What gem do we have here? Oh, wait, I forgot to mention. Samsonov staying, thank God. But the gem? Daddy is staying. Hey, other fans, do you remember when you said that Austin Matthews was going to go to fucking Arizona? Well, here's a massive middle finger because Daddy is staying the fuck put for the largest average annual value for a player in a single season in NHL fucking history. 4 years, 13.25 million big ones. Like the man fucking deserves. He is staying a Leaf. He wants to stay with the Leafs. He's not going to Arizona. He's not fucking going. Stop with this delusional bullshit. Because guess fucking what, you motherfuckers? Austin Matthews is staying in fucking Toronto, whether you fucking like it. Well, Vancouver, welcome back to whatever fucking semblance of hope you may have had. I'm your host, go fuck yourself. And let's talk about some of the players that you brought in. You bought Oliver Ekman-Larsson's final 4 years of his 8-year contract. Jesus. You signed Noah Yolson to a 2-year contract. And you... Wait, why is there a fucking soccer contract listed on this? Hold on, let me look up this guy. Mr. Levante Johnson? Okay. Hey, I think we've, ESPN, I think we fucked up here. I think we fucked up here because there should be an MLS signing on the fucking Vancouver Canucks ESPN thing. Dumbasses. You also bring in Ian Cole and Teddy Bluger, as well as keeping around Nils Hoglander. Okay, not a bad offseason. Just kept around some things, cut some weak links. Okay. I respect it. For now. And now it's finally time to start talking about the Stanley Cup champions. It took us long enough, but we made it here. So, I understand there may be some complications with some of your signings, so you had to make a sacrifice. Unfortunately, one of the sacrifices was one of the original misfits in Riley Smith. Sad to see him go from Vegas as he heads to the confines of Pittsburgh, but hey, it's okay. At least he got you guys a cup. So there's always something to be happy about. Don't be sad it's over. Smile because it happened. But you did bring back Adam Hill for another couple of years, so that's always a good upside considering his strong performance in the playoffs. So hey, there's always a great upside to that. So again, don't be sad because Riley Smith is gone. Smile because he was there to help you guys lift the trophy. But not bad, Vegas. Not a bad offseason in any bad way, shape, or form. You guys did good. Keep going. Okay, Washington. I gotta know, what kind of fucking bullshit did you drink this offseason? You bringing Joel Edmondson from Montreal, not a bad start. You sign another defender and Chase Prisky to a 1-year contract. Okay. But that's not what I'm asking. What the fuck did you guys consume? It's more, what in the actual living fuck is this contract I'm about to read you? Tom Wilson for 7 years? He's a fucking enforcer, kind of. Yes, he produces points, but he's a fucking aggressive son of a bitch. You mean to tell me that's gonna work out in a fucking few years when that contract gets horribly terrible? What the fuck are you doing? What, you just expect everything to be okay with that? That's bullshit. He's a physical player, and by the time he gets to somewhere in his early to mid-30s, that contract's gonna look like a fucking albatross. That's gonna be terrible. What are you doing? Stop being stupid. All right, Winnipeg. It apparently seems to me that you managed to piss off every goddamn player on your roster. Apparently, former UMass Lowell Riverhawk Connor Hellebuck is pissed. You pissed off Blake Wheeler to the point where he left the team. You're pissing off Mark Scheifele, who doesn't want to stay around. What in the hell is going on? Like, did something fucking happen in the front office that just pissed everybody off? I don't know. All I know is you guys offseason was shit. You acquired Artemi Kanaza from San Jose. You've signed Axel Johnson Fjallby. You signed goaltender Dominic DeVincentius? I don't know how to say that name. I'm sorry if I butchered it. You bring back Morgan Barron, and you bring back Logan Stanley. What the hell? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Just leaves a sour taste in my mouth how you're treating Hellebuck, though. I don't fucking like it. Alright. Finally, after, I think, over a week of procrastinating with recording and everything, I'm finally fucking done. I've covered everything I needed to cover. But it's predictions time because you know how this sort of shit goes. In terms of the Eastern Conference, things look kind of the same with some new favorites kind of emerging out of the bunch. But in terms of everything, I feel like the playoffs are going to be like this. It's going to be another 4-4, and I think the following teams are going to make it are as follows. Winning the Atlantic Division, I kind of have a strong hunch that Toronto's going to take a step back somewhat. So I have a feeling that Tampa Bay is probably going to take the division back, or it could be Florida, depending on how things go. But my overall projection for the Atlantic Division title, as much as I hate to say it, might be Boston. Second seed, I have Toronto, followed by third seed, Florida, and fourth seed. I'm going to go wild card here, and I'm going to go ahead and throw in the Ottawa Senators into the mix. They could get over the hump if Tampa regresses enough, but again, that would require Ottawa to do more too. For the Metro, I'm having the same usual bullshit. First place, I have the New Jersey Devils going into that spot, followed by second place, I have the Rangers, followed by the third place Penguins, and fourth place, just to make it a little interesting, I'm throwing Washington's hat into the ring because I really don't. Actually, no, that's kind of bullshit. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Carolina first, New Jersey second, New York third, Pittsburgh fourth. Washington barely misses by a point. We'll call it that. For the Western Conference, it's a little easier to predict because there's not really that many teams going around. For the Central Division, I only have 3 teams making it to the playoffs. I have Colorado in first, followed by Dallas, and in third. And quite honestly, I don't know how I feel about it. Winnipeg. I feel Winnipeg's going to barely make it in, though. And there's going to be no wild card from the Central. But for the Pacific, 5 teams are going. Winning the division is Vegas, followed by Edmonton. Then it's going to be Los Angeles again. Then in fourth, it's a little bit of a pickle. But I think fourth will go to Calgary. In fifth, I have going to Seattle. But those could change at any point during the season. So I honestly hope these teams prove me wrong. Before the end of the video, I would like to go ahead and give a big thanks to Jocelyn and Casey for recording Boston and Pittsburgh for me respectively. Also, check out my Twitch in the description below, as I will be streaming there a little more often. And I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this long-ass Amateurs Guide again. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. Comment down below if you guys want to see anything next. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe and join the Logical Nation. It's going to be a very tough road considering football is going to be back. But until next time, I guess, je suis le Canadien. Bon nuit et au revoir.